Hello, this is the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people. The Dubois County Sheriff's Department released information on the identity of the man found dead yesterday afternoon in a rural Birdseye trailer home. The Dubois County Communications Center received a 911 call from a female at 1:59 p.m. yesterday stating that there was a deceased male at a residence in Jefferson Township in Dubois County. Deputies responded and confirmed that there was a deceased male at the location. An active death investigation was initiated as county deputies called in assistance of an Indiana State crime scene technician. The deceased male has now been identified as 49-year-old Darren L. Atkins of Birdseye. New information released today states that the investigation into the death is still ongoing and that the County Sheriff's Department is requesting anyone with information to contact the Dubois County Sheriff's Department at 812-482-3522, 482-3522. They can ask for Detective Sergeant Tom Kleinhelter or speak to any deputy that is available. All information can remain anonymous. A Huntingburg man was placed under arrest after his involvement in a domestic incident that took place in Huntingburg early Tuesday morning. Huntingburg police say around 6 a.m. officers were called to a home located along Lincoln Drive where police learned of a domestic dispute between 25-year-old Kyle Schneider and a female victim. A police investigation found that the female sustained an injury and had been strangled and that a small child was present when the incident took place. Snyder was taken into and booked into the Dubois County Security Center in Jasper on level 6 felony counts of strangulation and domestic battery. The Jasper Police Department is asking for the public's assistance with an alleged assault that took place on the Riverwalk on Wednesday evening. The victim reported to police that he was assaulted by two male subjects on the Riverwalk south of the 15th Street entrance to the wooded area. The victim advised that the incident took place around 9:30 p.m. The victim described the first male subject as being approximately 6 foot, early 20s, an average build, and black hair with a buzz cut. The victim stated this male subject was wearing a white tank top, dark blue basketball shorts, and also had some type of tattoo on his left arm. The second male subject was described as being approximately 5 foot 10 inches tall, 200 pounds, in early 20s, wearing a black t-shirt, white striped shorts, and the victim also stated that this subject's hair was gelled and the color was brown. The victim sustained minor injuries and refused medical treatment. The Community Strike Force Against Violence is offering a $1,000 reward for information that leads to the arrest and conviction of those involved in the incident. Anyone that may have witnessed this incident or has information that could assist police with the investigation is asked to contact the Jasper Police Department at 812-482-2255, 482-2255, or the department's anonymous tip line at 812-481-COPS, 812-481-COPS. The Jasper Common Council met last night, and on the agenda was a resolution to designate an economic revitalization area near 12th Avenue and Kimball Boulevard for the German American Bancorp tax abatement request. Last week on Friday, GAB appeared in front of the Economic Development Commission to present their tax abatement application, which was viewed favorably among the members present at that meeting, with all the members in attendance voting in favor of scoring the GAB application at an 84, which means a 6 full years of abatement and a 75-50-25 phase-in. Jasper-based German American Bancorp Company, who has a 100-year history here within Jasper, has made plans for a $6 million operation center that would have space for up to 150 employees. A groundbreaking could take place next month with a possible opening of the new facility sometime next spring. The new location will be on the city's south side. The bank says the facility will help alleviate crowding at its current facilities on Main Street in Jasper. Eric Schuh with Bingham, Greenbaum and Dahl, who represents German American Bank, spoke in front of the council to present the future project and answer any questions the council members may have had. He says while the organization continues to grow at a very strong rate, it has presented some of the kind of situations a corporation likes to solve.
Brief history on German American. I think everyone here is probably relatively familiar with German American's 100-year history here in Jasper. So I don't really want to focus on their history much. I think I want to focus more on their present and their future. I think, as everyone knows, German American's a growing company. And German American has grown very aggressively over the last probably quarter century, 25 years especially. So, and they've done that through a very aggressive growth strategy, both within their current markets and by acquiring aggressively other banking and financial institutions throughout southern Indiana. As you may know, German American has a presence up through Bloomington, Columbus, all the way to western Indiana, and now really border to border through southern Indiana. They have a branch in Kentucky, and their model is, in their future strategy, is to continue to grow just the way they have over the last 100 years, and particularly in the last 25 years, through that aggressive growth strategy, both within their current markets and by seeking strategic partnerships to acquire other banks outside of their current market. So this has created, the only problem that this has created for German American is a great problem to have. It's led to a lack of space at their current facilities here in Dubois County. Their main office down on Main Street is overcrowded. As many of you know, a few years ago they purchased the KFC building. They moved some operations over there. That location is overcrowded as well. So they're running into some serious space issues. And that has probably resulted in some jobs not being moved back here in the past. Example we use is when they went through the River Valley Bancorp acquisition a year and a half ago. They added 10 jobs in Dubois County, but if they'd had a space, they could have probably added 20. And that was, again, an acquisition in southeastern Indiana, but there's a lot of back office works and support that goes into supporting that acquisition after the acquisition is made. So that was an acquisition where they probably, they added as many jobs as they could here with their current space, but they just didn't have enough space to house as many jobs as they could have potentially moved back here. And German American is going to continue with that aggressive strategy, and as they grow and they make acquisitions in the future, they want to be sure that they can create as many jobs right here in Dubois County as they possibly can.
Shu also highlighted that during the River Valley Bancorp acquisition a year and a half ago, GAB added 10 jobs in Dubois County, but however, if they would have had additional space, they might have potentially added up to 20 new jobs instead. The resolution to mark the future site of the construction as an economic revitalization area was passed and will move on to its next stage on August 1st. The new operations center will initially house nearly 100 employees who will move there, plus create 4 additional jobs. German American's executive team will remain in the Main Street offices. The Jasper Economic Development Commission is recommending a 9-year tax abatement for the proposed project. Indiana Attorney General Curtis Hill is warning Hoosiers to beware of deceptive pop-up alerts on their computers, claiming that their devices were infected with viruses and could be vulnerable to hackers. Individuals are being targeted through pop-up messages designed to resemble security alerts from legitimate computer manufacturers or other technology companies. The pop-up alerts claim that the computer user's device has been infected and requires immediate attention, or else the hard drive will be deleted. In reality, the user's device typically has not been infected with a virus. The pop-up alerts often provide a toll-free number at which users supposedly may receive assistance. Once consumers call the number on the pop-up alert, they are told to give remote access to their computers to allow a help desk to run a series of diagnostic tests to find the source of the program so that a certified technician may repair the problem. If the person posing as a tech support specialist obtains access, he or she can steal personal information, usernames and passwords to commit identity theft or send spam messages. In some cases, individuals are persuaded to pay fees, sometimes hundreds of dollars, in order to fix the supposed issues on their computers. The caller may even be asked for a weird payment or credit card information, or a wired payment, that is, or credit card information. Tech support scams aren't exclusive to pop-up alerts on your computer. Scammers will also call claiming to work for Microsoft, Windows, or another trusted company and ask for remote access of the targeted victim's computer, hoping to steal personal and sensitive information. The Office of the Indiana Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division has received 111 tech support complaints so far this year. The division advises individuals to ignore the security alert pop-ups in order to avoid losing their hard-earned money to one of these fast-growing scams on the internet. Hoosiers are encouraged to contact the Consumer Protection Division of the Office of the Indiana Attorney General if they believe they have been scammed. You can reach the Consumer Protection Division by visiting indianaconsumer.com or by calling 1-800-382-5516, 1-800-382-5516. You're watching news on 18 WJTS. Keep it right here. Next is your local weather. We'll have an update on those rising temperatures with still warming the southern Indiana area coming all this week. More's coming up.